Good evening, Fatima. Am I audible? Good evening. Am I audible, Fatima? Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now we ended up at carbon free radicals, if I'm right. Carbon free radicals, correct? Huh, fine. Then the next intermediate is carbanion. Carbanions. So what is carbanion? It's nothing but an ion of an ion of carbon. An ion of carbon. And the other thing that we have to know that how does it look? How does this look? So a carbon, if it is having three bonds, if it is having three bonds and one lone pair, and one lone pair. Now what will happen? The formal charge in this carbon will be, in this carbon it will be negative formal charge. And also if it has three bonds plus one lone pair, that means it is equal to 4. That means if this is 4, then the hybridization is equal to sp3. And also I can say that the structure is equal to pyramidal. Structure is pyramidal. Okay. And if this has a negative charge, Fatima, you will tell me, is this how many electrons are present? Can you tell me how many electrons are present? It has three bonds. So two electrons from each bond and one lone pair. So number of electrons is equal to how much? 8, correct? So it is not electron deficient, rather this is electron rich, and hence this acts as, sorry, this acts as nucleophile. This acts as nucleophile also. Now we have to, majority of the time, what we have been learning is the stability of intermediates, right? Stability of intermediates. That means stability of carbanions. Stability of carbanions is directly proportional to, how can we stabilize the carbanion? We can stabilize the carbanion by decreasing the negative charge, correct? Right, Fatima? We have to decrease the negative charge, and if we decrease the negative charge, the charge density will decrease, and then the carbanion will become stable, correct? Okay, fine. Now, if you want to decrease the negative charge, I'm giving you two options. Do I have to attach electron donating groups or withdrawing groups? Electron donating groups to carbanion or electron withdrawing groups? Which one will decrease the charge density? Donation, withdrawing, very good. Electron, that means stability of carbanion is directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups, and now I'm writing by electron donating groups. That means it is inversely proportional to the electron donating groups. Are you are able to understand this line? Directly proportional to EWG and inversely proportional to ED. Very good. Very good. That means it's all the same. You just have to identify the withdrawing groups and the electron donating groups. Okay, you can write this much. Then we can move further on, and then we will do some questions on stability. Let me know when you are done. Fine. Now I'm giving you some questions. Yeah, to the question is to arrange the following in decreasing order of stability. Okay, you just had to identify plus m plus r, etc. Okay, the question number one. Oh, okay, fine. I should write. Sorry. So one number question should be an easy one. If I say CH3C, C, and CH3, CH3, and let us write a lone pair here. This is A. B1, I can write it like this. CH3, C, H, CH3, negative charge. C part, I can write it like this, H3C, C, H, H. Now, oh, sorry. Lone pairs and a negative charge. And B, I can write it like this, CH3 with a lone pair and a negative charge. You have to give me the order of stability. First of all, see, if you remember the past few lectures, what do we used to do? Effects are going on in the A structure, the B structure, the C structure, and the D structure, right? What effect? Inductive effect, hyperconjugation, etc. Okay. Now, if I ask you 3C single bond, or I should write, wait a second. CH2 single bond, CH double bond, CH2. And if I have a simple, this is A, this is B. If I have like this, CH3, CH, and CH3, and I can also have CH3 free radical like this, CH3 carbon ion. Next question, if I have something like this, CH3, CH2, free radical, A, B1 is like this, CH2, double bond CH, sorry, CH carbon ion. The C structure is with a triple bond CH2, not CH2, this will be CH, 1, 2, 3, and C with a lone pair and a negative charge. Do this much. Let me know if you are stuck at some question. If you are stuck in any question, just let me know. Okay. Is that increasing order, decreasing order? Can you put this sign and rather than the comma? Can you put this sign, inequality sign, rather than the comma? It would be easier for me to understand. You don't have it? What are you using? You're using some phone? If you are using a phone, then it will be there. Just let me tell you how to. Yeah, fine. I mean, each phone has it. I guess you have to type that number 1231 two times. Then you will get the inequalities. And I guess in the second one you will get this. If it is an Android, I don't know about iPhones, by the way. That means D is most stable. D is most stable, correct? Yeah, fine. Yes, that is correct. Try the second one. Right answer. Right answer, Fatima. D is most stable. Okay. One hint that I can give you is if you see a double bond, just revise and remind yourself of the conditions for conjugation and resonance. If you ever see a double bond, just see if there is conjugation or not. Just see if there is a conjugation or not. If you don't see a pi bond, then it will be having inductive effects or hyperconjugation. But you don't have to worry about hyperconjugation here because, I mean, this is carbanion and hyperconjugation mostly stabilizes the carbocation, not the carbanions. See the inductive effects. If there is sigma bonds and if there is a pi bond, look out for resonance. I guess you want to reconsider your answer. Okay, tell me, in the A structure, in the second question, in the A structure, what effect can you see? What electron displacement effect? There are only, you can see inductive effect or resonance or something. Na? What can you see here? You can see resonance, right? If you see resonance, then I can write a resonating structure like this. H2C, double bond, CH, single bond, CH2, lone pair, negative charge, correct? Yes. Also, the resonance is not the real structure, right? It is just contributing structures, right? So the real structure would be CH2, partial double bond, CH, partial double bond, CH2, and then here you will be having delta negative, and if I ask you what is accurately the exactly delta negative charge here, you will be answering -half. We have done this exercise in our previous lectures, correct? So can you see a minimization of charge? Can you see the charge density has delocalized now? Now the charge has a much larger area to expand on. So if the charge density decreases, what happens? Stability increases, correct? If charge density decreases, stability increases, correct? So the resonance one will be, the A will be most stable. A is most stable. Then look at this B structure. What is happening? Can you see inductive effect happening here? The plus I effect, electron donating effect. So that means this is destabilizing, correct? Destabilizing. Yes, Fatima? If it is giving electrons, yes, it is destabilizing, and there is no effect here because H is neither inductive, not neither plus I effect nor minus I. So the most stable will be A structure because of resonance and delocalization of charge. The second most stable structure will be of no effect. That means it does not have any stabilizing effect, neither does it have any destabilizing effect. And lastly, it will be B because B is the least stable as plus I is destabilizing the carbon ion. Are you with me, Fatima? Okay, a lot of yes. I cannot just recognize which of the yes you have said now. Please write got it, sir, because there is a series of yes, 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 and I cannot see the time. Ah, okay, fine, thank you. Now you can try the last one, and while trying the last one, there is something which there is some relationship between percentage S character, percentage S, and in electronegativity. Percentage S and electronegativity, if you remember from the last lecture. I discussed this in the last lecture. Please see your notes and you will see something and you can answer the question 3. C is most stable, then B, then A. Okay, fine. That means I guess you remembered it right. This is sp3, this is sp2, and this is sp. That means sp has the most electronegative character. That means it will be pulling electrons. This will be pulling electrons, but in a very much lesser manner. And this is so giving, this is plus I effect, and here it is minus I. Here also minus I, but there is more minus I here because of the sp hybridization. You applied this logic, correct? All right, Fatima? Okay, fine. Now, let us take one question. I mean, you have to arrange in the same way, the decreasing order. Okay, the increasing or decreasing order, just use that inequality sign because there are more number of molecules that you have to compare here. Please be patient and do it very methodically. First of all, write all the effects that is going on. Then only you can see the things. CH a double bond and CH2. Now this will be having a lone pair with a negative charge. C, I can put it like this. Negative charge. D, I can put it and CH2. I can write E structure also. There is a lot, just don't worry. Okay, there's a lot, but don't worry. I can put some groups. Oh, CH3 and CH2. This is also benzene. And lastly, I can put CH3, CH2. Now try this. Do this very methodically. You will be easily getting the answers. Write all the effect plus the resonance effect, and you can also write inductive effect. What is happening in each of the cases? Okay. Plus R or minus R, anything you can write. Plus R, minus R, plus I, minus I. Mostly you will be getting this these two only. Let me know if you are stuck somewhere. Okay, fine. CBA. Acha, fine. Let us see then. Let us see. This is minus R for sure because the electron is moving away from the here. Correct? Minus R is there if I am right here. And this is alkyl group, so this will be giving electrons. So I can write plus I here. And there are more numbers. Okay, and here only minus R is there, if I'm right. About C, I can say that there is plus I, comma, plus I, and a minus R, if I'm right. Are you with me, Fatima? Okay. Now here there is minus R, but see there are how many pi bonds? 3 pi bonds. Okay, so there will be the resonating number of resonating structures would be more. So minus R plus multiple resonating structures. That means as the number of resonating structures increases, the delocalization increases, the charge density decreases, and the charge species it becomes more stable. Now, if you want to look at here, this has electron donating effect because this is key atom with a lone pair, and this key atom is not attached to any electronegative atom. Hence, this is giving plus R. Now, what about this one? This is giving. This one will be giving hyperconjugation, that is plus H, hyperconjugation. Also, this will be giving plus I. Any doubt in any one of them? If you want to clarify any one of the effects. Clear. Okay, now we have to arrange it. So first of all, Let us look at all the minus R. Everywhere where is minus R, let us look at that. So let me just put a different color. Now this has minus R, this B has minus R, C has minus R, D has minus R. Okay. Now in A, B, C, D, I have to see which one has plus I. If somebody has plus I, that means it is destabilizing. It is destabilizing, correct? So I can ignore the competition between, I mean the C is not a competitor between C and A. I can ignore C and A because both of them has some destabilizing effect. B and D, they don't have any destabilizing effect, correct? This has destabilizing, also stabilizing. This has only stabilizing effect. Yes or no, Fatima? Only stable. And this is also only stable. Okay, fine. Now between, if I want to compare between B and D, which one has more resonating structures, Fatima, between B and D? Which has more resonating structures? D is more resonating structure. If D is more resonating, has more resonating structures, that means D will be most stable. Correct? Now the semi-final, the last battle was between B and D. So after D, B would come because B has no other competitor than D, and we have already put D in our arrangement. Right, Fatima? Now we want to move on. We want to move on. We are done with B. We are done with D. Now the next competitors are A and C because these are the one which has minus R. Now the others don't have minus R. Now if I want to compare A and C, I have to look at which one has more destabilizing effect. Now you tell me which one has more plus I. Where is plus I more, in A or C? C. That means C will be less stable than A. C will be less stable than A. That means A wins the stability game. Then comes C. Now we are done with A and C also. Now we are remaining with E and F. We are remaining with E and F. Now if in this two, we have to see which has least destabilizing effect. Now you will tell me the plus is plus R and this is plus H. If there is a competition between plus R and plus H, which one will donate more electrons? Donate plus R will, okay, fine. That means if plus R is donating more electron, then it is destabilizing or stabilizing? It is increasing the negative charge here, correct? So it is destabilizing. Okay, once again, Fatima, if it donates more electron, then this negative charge will increase. Am I right? If the negative charge increases, if the charge increases, is that a stabilizing effect or destabilizing effect? We have to increase the charge or decrease the charge? Destabilizing, correct? So R will be destabilizing, and this H and plus I, this will be lesser destabilizing. So I have to put F first. Then I have to put E, because E has plus R, which is most destabilizing. And also remember, it is most destabilizing for carbanion. Okay, for carbanion. Now this has plus H plus I. It is destabilizing, but lesser, in a lesser amount than plus R. Now C has minus R plus I, and this has minus R and plus I. So between A and C again, I want to clarify that. The stabilizing effect are same, but A has less destabilizing effect. C has more destabilizing effect. That is why C is more destable, more unstable. And this we have minus R. This also we have minus R, but this has more resonating structures, and this has less. That is why D is the most stable. You can please note this down. Let me know when you are done. And if you have any question, please put it on the chat. Any doubts, Fatima? Okay. Okay, fine. Done. Okay. Now, let us have one more question, and you can apply the same principles that I have taught till now in this question. Okay. Don't worry. When it was done by me, this was easy, right? It was easy, right? You understood it. Okay, fine. Now let us, you just have to identify the groups. Okay, you just have to identify the groups. CH2, B, CH2, and let us put here NO2, C, CH2, and let us put a CHO group, D, again CH2, let us put a OH group, E, CH2, and OCH3, F, CH2 and CH3, I can put CH2 negative, and here there is CH3, G, CH2 negative, and Cl. Okay. Now try this one. First of all, mention all the electronic effects plus R, minus R, plus M, minus M. Then choose the minus R ones. Then see that which one has more resonating. I mean, all the resonating structures will be equal in all of the structures. But then you have to see which one has more electron withdrawing capacity. There is a series I have given, the order of electron withdrawing capacity. You can look at that. Okay. It's okay, Fatima. Let us start from here. In A, what do you see? No. I don't know the answer. I have to work it out. No, I have to work it out. Then only we can, because I have to work it out. I don't know the answer right now. Okay, now you tell me here. See, the other thing that I want to tell you, do I have to compare the benzene rings? No. We just have to compare what is in this position. Here it is H, here it is NO2, CHO, OH, CH3, CH3 and Cl, right? Because this is the thing which is different in all these structures. Yes. So what about A? What effect does H show? No effect, correct? Okay, fine. Now what about B? What effect does NO2 show? Plus M or minus M, plus R, what effect? Yes. M, what M? Plus M or minus M? Is NO2 electron with, now as soon as wait a second. How you have to see if this is electron withdrawing or electron donating? Key atom, if it has lone pair, or it can be attached to electronegative atom. Now you tell me which one is true? NO2 is attached to electronegative atom, na? O, oxygen, hence it is minus M. I have written minus M groups or minus R groups. Can you see that? Can you open your notebook and see that, please? Now you tell me NO2 is plus M or minus M. Okay, see your notebook and tell me plus M or minus M. Very good. Minus M. Now what about CHO? Plus M or minus M? CHO group. What is the key atom? What is the key atom? Carbon. Is it attached to any electronegative element? Minus M. Very good. What about D? What is the key atom? First of all, answer key atom. What is the key atom? What is the key atom here? Oh, does it have, is it attached to any electronegative element? Does it have lone pair electrons? Then it is plus M, correct? Now let us move on to E. What is the key atom here? Oh, it has lone pair. Is it attached to any electronegative element? Is it attached to fluorine, chlorine, bromine, nitrogen, oxygen? This will be plus M. Now what about CS3? It will be showing plus H and plus I. What about chlorine? Chlorine has lone pair electrons, but I have told you, if you have seen that lecture, that the dominant effect for halogens, dominant effect is minus I. You remember that? Fine. So this will be showing us minus I. Now, the next thing that we have to do, is, let me erase the extra parts here. We have to look at them first and decide who wins the battle. So I can see some minus MF in the B structure, C structure. Okay, between B and C only. So you tell me, by looking at the order of minus M groups, which one has more electron withdrawing capacity? Between NO2 and CHO. Between NO2 and CHO, which is more electron withdrawing? Do you have that order? Yes, very right. Correctly said. NO2 is most electron withdrawing. That means if there is a battle, see, first of all, there is a battle between all of these up till A to G, battle between all of these. So we know that, first of all, we know that minus M will be winning amongst all of them. Minus M will be winning. And between NO2 and CHO, these both are minus M. Who will be winning? B. B will be winning. We write it in a bit proper way. B. And after B, we will be getting C, because there is no other competitor to C than B. Now let us look at, is there any minus I? Can you see any minus I? Yes, I can see some minus I in the G structure. This is minus I. All others are either plus M plus I or no effect. That means this is stabilizing effect, correct? This is stabilizing effect. So next I will be getting G. Okay, now we have to look, we are done with B, we are done with C, we are done with G. Now I have to compare between. So the next thing that will be coming is the no effect one. No effect, because this is destabilizing, this is destabilizing, this is also destabilizing. All these are destabilizing, and this one has neither stabilizing nor destabilizing, so it will come in the middle. So I can write A now, and after we are done with A, we have to deal with the destabilizing effect. Now, when I want to compare the destabilizing effect, I want to see which one is destabilizing the least. Which is destabilizing the least. So if I want to see which is least destabilizing, I have to see plus I and plus H. If I want to see which one is giving less electron, see, plus M will be giving so much of electron. plus I comparatively will give lesser electron than plus M. So we have 2 plus M and 1 plus I. So I can write the next one as F, because this one will be giving less electron density, and less electron density will be increased here in comparison to OCH3 and OH. F. Now the next one is between D and E. Between D and E, the most destabilizing is D, and then it is E. So E, then D is the most destable one. If you want to know which has more the capacity of electron density, which has more plus M capacity, you can see the resonance structure. Okay, I will not make more resonating structures. Let me just, because the point that I want to make is very visible from this structure. Let me make one for OCH3 also. Oh, sorry. Now I will move the electrons like this, double bond O, CH3, and a negative charge. Okay, Fatima, you can see the resonating structures of OH and OCH3. Can you see the resonating? Okay, fine. Now, what do you think? Which one is more stable? Is A more stable or B more stable? Between these two, which is more stable? If you want to compare, see the negative charge. The negative charge does not have, everything is same in the negative charge. There is nothing different between this negative charge and this negative charge. But if I see the positive charge here, if I see the positive charge here, what is happening? No, look at it. And if AYA, if A then YA, because of charge, no. See, let us see here, double bond O and H, positive charge, O double bond CH3, positive charge. Okay, so what I can write it here, what I can write here is, if this is positive charge, this is positive charge, then this will be pulling electrons like this. It becomes minus R group here. This alkyl becomes minus R due to this plus positive O charge. Okay, and hence what happens, and hence A becomes more stable and B becomes less stable. Okay, because of this positive charge, the delta negative will be here and it will be pulling electrons. So if it pulls more electrons, this will be becoming minus R group. Okay, so this is the order. You can note this down. Also, the other another reason why OH has this phenolic group has more electron donating capacity is because this CH3, it hinders the electron pair because CH3 is bulky, no? CH3 is bulky, and what does it do is it hinders the electron movement. It hinders the electron movement. That effect is not shown by H. Let me know when you are done writing this down. Then Fatima. Okay. So let us see one last concept in the reactive intermediates, the intermediates that we were studying. And the topic is rearrangement in carbocations. Rearrangement in carbocations. Okay, this is very interesting phenomena, rearrangement in carbocations, and this is one of the reasons why some people get wrong answers. So let us study this, and this will you will be dealing with carbocation most of the time. The carbonyl and free radicals is not so much in 12th standard, but carbocation is everywhere, starting from the first chapter to the last chapter. So what is carbocation? What is rearrangement in carbocation means? What does this mean? Means that carbocation, what does it do? It sometimes rearranges itself. And how does this rearrangement happens? Rearrangement. Rearrangement occurs to, why will it occur? Anything occurs spontaneously only to increase stability. To increase stability. To increase stability. For example, and if I want to start, then I can say there are shifts that happens. Let me write it like this. If there is something like CH3, CH2, CH2, and this is a carbocation CH2. Okay, a carbocation CH2. So how I can write this as, if I can expand this, I can write it like this: CH, CH, and there is a vacant orbital here and a positive charge here. What happens is this electron, this electron deficient site, it pulls electron. If this is positive charge and electron is present here, if electron is present here, what happens is this electron density, this is not, I mean this H, it is not a very concise one electron, it is rather electron density, right? It has wave nature. So I can write it in a lobe shape also. In a lobe shape also, I can write carbon, and there are two hydrogens, H and H. This is the sp3 of carbon, and this is the s orbital of hydrogen, correct? Now this has electron density here. This positive charge, what does it do is it pulls some electron, because it is positive, electrons are negative, so it will be pulling electrons. And at some momentarily what happens, I have something like this, where H is in the middle, and now this is not complete bond. This is not a complete bond. Now H is between this carbon and this carbon also. This is CH2, and this now becomes delta positive. This also becomes delta positive. So this is momentarily. But if you want to see now, if this is the position of H, it can have two chances. It has two chances. It can either attach again to CH2 of terminal carbon, or it can go towards this direction again, and it can attach to carbon that is in the middle. It can either go this way, CH3, CH, and H, and this is again CH2. This will be positive, or it can either go CH3, CH, and this is positive, and it goes to the terminal carbon like this, CH3. So what do you think, Fatima? What will happen? Now you have to look at which is more stable, right? I mean, if two things can form, you have to see which is more stable. If I want to compare between these two, which one of them is more stable? Now, if I'm asking about the stability of carbocation, the next thing that you have to see is there any resonance? If you see a pi bond, look out for resonance. Is there any plus I or plus H happening? Then look out for that and tell me between A and B, which is more stable. Fatima, are you there? Between A and B, which is more stable? B is more stable, correct? Yes, B is more stable. Rightly said, B is more stable. So I can say that, if I want to summarize this whole thing that happened here, this whole thing, then what happened is we had a structure like this, positive charge, H and H. And what happened is that this H moved here. And when the H moved here, it moved as minus H, that is hydride. And we got a structure like this. So you see the rearrangement here that is happening, and this is called hydride shift. Okay, this is called hydride shift. So now you have a kind of idea what is rearrangement. So what is rearrangement, and it happens to increase the stability. Okay. Now what I'm doing, you don't have to note this down. You just write this one line and this another line, and you don't have to worry about this whole thing. I will be discussing in this this hydride shift and some other shifts also in the next slide, then you can write it in a very neat way. Okay, are you done writing these two things? That is rearrangement in carbocation, and rearrangement occurs to increase stability. Okay, fine. Just write these two statements, then I will move to the next slide. Okay, fine. Now, there are three kinds of rearrangement. The first one is called, that we have seen as hydride shift. That is H negative. Second one can happen, methyl shift, or rather than methyl, if I say it is alkyl shift, it would be better. Alkyl shift or methyl shift. And but mostly what happens is methyl shift, and there is another which is called phenyl shift. Phenyl shift. Okay. So the first one, that is methyl hydride shift. Let me just put it here. Hydride shift with an example. And I will take the same example that I took in the previous slide, CS3, CH2, CH2, and a positive charge. Now let me just erase this one H, and I can write it here like this, and I can move it here. This is called 1,2 H shift. Why 1,2 H shift or H minus shift? Because it is 1. Now where this migratory amplitude is happening is from 1 to 2. From 1 to 2. Okay, so 1 to hydride shift. That is, I can say now it will be becoming CS3, CH positive, and then again CS3. Now this is 1 degree carbocation. This has 1 alpha carbon with 2 hydrogens. So number of alpha hydrogens is equal to 2. Now see the increase in the number of alpha hydrogen. This is equal to 6, a 3-fold increase in alpha hydrogen, and hence this is more stable. Which is more stable? This is less stable. This is more stable. This is more stable. Please note this down. Done. Now let us look at methyl shift. Let us look at methyl shift. Methyl shift. So methyl shift can happen. Methyl shift can happen like this. CS3, CS3, or not CS3. This is carbon, CS3, CH3, and CH2 positive. Now what can happen is this methyl can go towards this carbocation, and we will call this 1,2 CH3 negative shift. Okay, so now we will be getting what type of carbocation? like this, correct? So number of alpha hydrogen here, is equal to 0 because this carbon is directly attached to this carbon which has no alpha hydrogens. But rather see the number of alpha hydrogen here. This is equal to how much? This carbon 6 and 2 here, these 3 carbons are alpha carbons, and this has 3, 3, 6, 7, 8 alpha hydrogens. You see which is more stable? This is more stable. This one is less stable. Okay, now the third one is phenyl shift. The third one is phenyl shift. Phenyl shift. Phenyl shift. Now you will see phenyl shift like this: pH, carbon, pH, pH, and then CH2 positive. CH2 positive. This will be 1, 2, pH negative shift like this. Now you can see pH, carbon, pH, CH2, pH. This is positive. So this has no stabilizing effect, no effect. And now you can see what is pH. pH is equal to minus, sorry, not minus, this is benzene ring. Okay, if there is benzene ring, that means this can be engaging in resonance. So resonance will be stabilizing it. So resonance stabilization. Resonance stabilization. Now please note this down. Okay, I think you are done, Fatima. This is the recent done. I guess you are done. Now, migratory aptitude. This migration which is happening of phenyl, methyl, and alkyl and hydrides. So what is the aptitude? Which one can migrate more easily? The next topic is migratory aptitude. Migratory aptitude. So how to comment on migratory aptitude? There is only one principle, that is more electron density that means higher migratory aptitude. Okay, and also if you have a phenyl rings and etc., that means more electron donating group. It will give higher migratory aptitude. Okay, now Fatima, you will tell me which has more electron density, H negative or this phenyl group, which has more migratory aptitude, which has more electron density, H negative or phenyl, A or B? Very right. Rightly said. Electron density is more at H. Okay, more at H because this electron is delocalized. This H electron is not delocalized. Okay, and also the number, if we see the number of carbon, then this H is, this negative charge is on only one atom. Then the migratory aptitude is next for pH minus, that is phenyl ring, because see, the phenyl ring has also some pi electrons and hence it increases, it has more electron density than 3-degree alkyls. Then you will have 2-degree alkyl. Then you will have 1-degree alkyl. Then you will have CH3 negative, that is methyl. Now, if this is the comparative migratory aptitude. Now, if you want to have a question, you will be seeing questions like this. Compare the migratory aptitude. Compare the migratory aptitude. You will be given something like this, which is a benzene ring, Now, this is attached to something. Now you have elsewise this benzene ring, which is attached, which has a NO2 group. Now another benzene ring, which has OH, group. Okay, so this has no effect. This has only plus I effect. Okay, only plus I effect. This has minus M. This has plus M. So the electron density highest will be, if I say this is A, this is B, and this is C, the most electron dense would be C. Then we will be seeing A because plus I, and at last B. Correct? Now you can copy this. Let me know when you are done. Okay, fine, Fatima. Okay, we can stop here. I mean, this hydrogen shift, there is one thing, there's one thing left. Can I just complete that? I mean, no new topic, okay? No new topic, for sure. Okay, fine. Are you done with, you are done with this now? So next thing that is important is that shifts takes place until we get most stable carbocation. For example, if I have something like this CH3, it's bonded to CH3, then there is CH2, then there is CH2, and then positive charge. So what happens if I say there is a migratory shift here? I can say that this H, which is bonded CH2, I can write this as H here. This H shifts, so I will write 1, 2, H minus shift, and this will be CH3, CH. Now this will be CH and CH3 and a positive charge, and here there is CH3. Now I can see that there is another CH3 which can move, this CH. Now this will again move, and I will be seeing 1, 2, H negative shift, CH3, C, CH2, CH3, CH3, positive. Now see, this is 1 degree, this is 2 degree, and this is 3 degree. So from 1 degree, it went to 2 degree, and there was a chance to again make it to 3 degree carbocation, and hence we made a 3 degree carbocation. That means the shift will be taking place until and unless we get a most stable carbocation. This is the only thing that I wanted to say. Okay. Now copy this and we can end the class.